you know, I don't know. It's something sinister. It's something dark. It's something un-American. And I can't believe, quite frankly, it's happening. And I can't believe the outrage that you feel, that I feel, is not universally felt. This is so clearly not who we're supposed to be. No one seems to care anymore. There are approximately 40 individuals still in custody for their alleged activities of January 6th, one of whom happens to be Jacob Chansley, the Horns guy. There is no documented evidence that he hurt anybody or broke anything. Was he where he shouldn't have been? Yes. Is there substantial evidence that the police, some of them, may have facilitated this? Yes. So they are clearly being persecuted for political reasons. But who's pulling the strings? Is it Joe Biden? Is it the Justice Department? Is it George Soros? Why has everybody kind of come together and bought this false insurrection narrative? Look, maybe there's an elaborate plot, or maybe they're just a bunch of lazy people and they don't like them and they're getting away with it. It's mystifying. I urge those who do go tomorrow, and I have concerns about tomorrow, to be careful. Obviously, nobody wants to get hurt. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want the cops hurt. I don't want the protesters hurt. But quite frankly, I don't feel good about tomorrow's plans or events.
No. Neither does President Trump. He is telling folks it smells like a setup to him. By the way, the people that you're outlining, it sounds like what the Chris Salcedo Show is calling the new axis of evil, the permanent Washington or deep state, whatever you want to call them, the biased press, and of course the Democrat Socialist Party. I believe that triumvirate is what's responsible for pushing what I think you and I are sensing is just fundamental unfairness. Now, you honorably wore our nation's uniform, and God bless you and thank you for your service. General Milley is accused of telling our communist enemies, China, that he would warn them if President Trump ordered military action against them. Now, when Trump is accused of impropriety, the former president produced a transcript that exonerated him. Shouldn't General Milley and those in government be man enough to do the same so we can just clear this whole thing up?
I called on General Milley to resign a year ago for the spectacle he made out of himself when he simply walked across the street with the president and then did not participate in the so-called photo op. President Trump appeared before St. John's Church right after rioters tried to burn the place down with a Bible. Somehow the swamp found that outrageous. They went nuts, and Milley went apologizing just because he walked across the street. I think that was tantamount to insubordination. He gave an apology that was, just completely unsound. And in that apology, part of extensive remarks, he spoke about every domestic, political, hot-button issue of our time, at the same time apologizing for the appearance of involving himself in politics. There are a lot of reasons for Milley to go. That and Afghanistan. The Woodward thing and the conversation, alleged conversation between Milley and a Chinese counterpart, I'm actually not buying it. Woodward is not to be trusted. I feel like they kind of work together on this. Milley may be enhancing his role, aggrandizing himself. I was the one protecting democracy. I don't know, and I quite frankly don't care. Woodward is a documented, proven liar. So I actually don't believe that conversation took place. You know and I know that Donald Trump, we were not, as America, on the verge of attacking China. It's just absurd that he would go and say, if we do attack you, I'll give you a heads up. So I don't believe it. And I think, quite frankly, the whole thing is a sideshow, in part designed to help Bob Woodward sell books. And he's very good at that, by the way. The whole piecemealing out information.
He sells them.
Yeah, we all fall in line.